So this game Tab G is the dumbest thing I've ever played, but in a good way. Let me explain what I mean. But first, this video took me like a month to make and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Anyways, let's continue. Before we get into the gameplay, let's talk about the art style. Yes, it's chunky, but just like Minecraft, that doesn't mean it's lazily made. The entire game was made by an indie studio of no more than 15 people. This style is appealing to some and really stands out to the hyper-realistic modern style that most shooter games are going to. What I really love most about this type of style is that the hitboxes are really easy to see and are super precise. There are no invisible walls or places you can't reach. The attention to detail is honestly surprising, with you being able to climb walls just because you were able to hook your arm onto the smallest of ledges. The hitboxes are super precise and I don't think anyone could ask for more. So, now, let's get on to the gameplay. The game's premise is pretty simple. You drop in, get guns, kill anything that moves, and then you die. But it doesn't end there. When you die, there's this obstacle course that you can do. If you pass level 1, you respawn, but with a curse. We will talk about those later, don't worry. And if you pass level 2, you respawn normally. But if you pass level 3, you respawn with a blessing. We'll also talk about those later. Respawning without anything is not that bad. Since the game is so unpredictable, you actually have a fighting chance after you respawn, because in Tab G, literally anything can happen. You could be pointing a rifle at a person that has literally nothing and you still might lose. Or you could drop it and do pretty well with nothing but a pistol and a few bandages. But you can ignore everything I said if you didn't pass level 2. Like I mentioned before, you will be stuck with a curse. These curses include not being able to look left, curse of always shooting, curse of random shooting, curse of fog, curse of random sensitivity, curse of largeness, and many more. However, if you're desperate and you have teammates with you, you are able to cleanse yourself with an altar with the help of 3 player souls. And souls are pretty much things that every single player drops when you kill them. Now this may sound confusing, but don't worry, you don't have to memorize everything about the game to be able to enjoy it. Unlike games like Fortnite or Warzone that require you to be a sweaty player that joined on day 1, Tab G lets people with relatively no experience pop in and still have a lot of fun. Although be warned, the match's outcome really depends on the guns and how you use them. So let's talk about them. In Tab G there's everything from swords, to muskets, to snipers, to pistols, to shotguns, pretty much any gun you could possibly imagine, including the minigun, and my personal favorite, the Glockinator, which is literally 2 Glocks taped together. But those are just the basic variants. There are at least 15 other weapons that are super rare and cannot be found in the sandbox. Of these weapons, I have come across the Mega Gun, a minigun that is so powerful it pretty much kills anyone instantly, and has so much recoil that you can fly with it. The money-making Mac, basically a dual-wield Mac 10s that have money taped to the side of them. And yeah, that's pretty much the only modification I can see. The Mossberg 5000, which is named after the Mossberg 500, which is also in the game. But this one does a lot more damage, being able to insta-kill players at close range. And the bullets are able to bounce around after being shot, making it better to clear rooms. And finally, I've come across the Flying Blunderbuss, which is, as the name implies, a blunderbuss that when shot flings you across the map. There are also some guns that I wasn't able to record, but they include the Liberator variants, which let you dual wield them, like the Liberation AA-12s, which are just dual wield full auto shotguns, the Liberator miniguns, which are, dual wield miniguns, and, etc. After hearing this, you're probably thinking, damn, this game must be really unbalanced if you have all of these weapons in it. But you would be wrong, you idiot, you buffoon. But, you are kind of right though. These guns are very overpowered, but they do have their drawbacks. The Mega Gun is pretty much impossible to aim and you get thrown about without knowing where you're going, which often leads to your death, as you can see in the video. The Mossberg 5000 is really good at clearing buildings, but in the open it's pretty much useless because the bullets just bounce around. The Liberator variants are impossible to aim unless you have laser sights, and even then, the recoil makes you do a backflip. The Flying Blunderbuss is impossible to kill with because you'll never get more than 1 shot off at any given person, and the money-making Macs, they get caught on your hands and you're not able to aim. But they are still very overpowered because with a skilled player, you can control these weapons. If you have a Mega Gun or a minigun, shoot in bursts and make sure that you're at close range to guarantee a hit. Mossberg 5000, try sneaking up behind them and having a spray and pray secondary in case the enemy survives at low health. And quick interruption, I wanted to point out how lucky I was this game. I died, came back, and found a Mossberg 5000 in a looted area, ran around for 5 minutes looking for ammo, and somehow didn't die. Anyways, onto the video. Finally, the Liberator variants. First of all, you have to get lucky enough to find 2 of them, and second of all, you better find a laser sight because you're not going to be able to aim without them. The guns aren't the only thing that make or break the game. Yeah, I'm talking about blessings. These things are so goddamn overpowered. You can get anything from an extra jump to being able to see players through walls or being able to call in a fucking airstrike to any point on the map with just a click of a button. Yeah, they are overpowered, but that doesn't mean they're broken. I've played this game for about 70 hours and I've only come across broken blessings about 3 times. And all 3 times I was killed by a player that simply had more skill than me or was able to sneak up on me while I was looting or distracted with something else. It takes a lot of skill to develop a game where you are handed a win condition but not guaranteed victory. I don't know how this game keeps pulling it off, but everything seems fairly balanced, and in the 1 in a million chance that you get a broken gun and you learn how to master it, your chances of winning skyrocket. Alright, so before we talk about the map, let's talk about some attachments and grenades. Okay, let's start off with the attachments. These things range from completely useless to downright broken. There are some attachments like the dual barrel attachment, which doubles the amount of damage your gun does, but it also doubles the recoil. And then there are some attachments like the parrot scope, which brings your point of view up 7 feet, making it impossible to aim. And I don't even know why the game devs added it, but I fucking love it. And let's talk about some of the grenades. There are some that are completely broken, like the orbital strike, which clears out a large area, guaranteeing you a kill, or the stun grenade, that for some reason stuns you for a full 30 seconds. But don't worry, these don't break the game because the orbital strike is almost impossible to find and easy to run away from, and the stun grenade has a small area effect. All in all, the attachments and grenades are fairly balanced except for the stun grenade. Fuck that shit. It's overpowered as hell. Anyways, let's move on. There are some secret game modes that are applied to every 20th match. Although these are rare, they are worth talking about. I don't have any footage of these game modes because, like I said, they are fairly rare. But I have come across games where the only thing that spawns are crossbows, shotguns, or pistols. I've had games where there are no attachments to speak of, and games where there are only attachments. This is something that's only unique to this game. I have never seen any other modern shooter that have secret game modes, and it's like a little reward that is given to you for playing enough matches. Okay, I've put this off for long enough, let's talk about the map. Like most battle royales, it's set on an island, and with 22 unique locations to visit, there is something for every playstyle. If you want a quick match with guaranteed action, land Factory. If you want to roleplay a Vietnamese soldier, then you can go Finland. Want to fight in a desert? Go Pyramid. Want to fight with advanced movement and parkour? Then go Factory or Tall Work. And finally, if you want to experience pain and depression, then you should go Circle Town. Also, if you want to find massive amounts of loot, do a hot drop, because I have found that loot spawns more often next to the magical flying battle trucks. In summary, this map has something to offer for everyone, even if it's not obvious at first. Okay, I know I've pretty much sucked this game off for the last couple of minutes, so let's address some of the bad parts. Firstly, this game is really inconsistent with what type of computer it can run on. One of my friends has a quite trash laptop that runs Minecraft at barely 50 FPS, but it can run this game at 30 to 40 FPS. My other friend has a legit gaming laptop that can run Minecraft at 400 plus FPS, but can run this game at a whole 5, and nothing he would do would fix it. In the end, the game began to run smoother, and he now maintains a smooth 60 FPS, but it is still something you might want to look out for. Another thing is, this game could feel really unbalanced at some time. Like for example, in this fight, one of the people got instantly killed, while the other one took a whole 7 shots to kill. This shows how, even if you're off by millimeters, some guns go from insta-kill to absolute dog shit, which makes the game feel really, really, really fucking unbalanced. Because your body and guns interact with the map, unlike other video games, it means that sometimes your guns can get tied in a knot or bump up against the wall, making you miss a shot, or in the worst case scenario, they get stuck in between your feet, which means you can't aim at all, and you pretty much lose every gunfight you come across. One final thing is, there are some glitches in this game. Well, there are quite a lot of glitches in this game. Some of them include being able to fly if you hit an axe at the ground when you're in a car, phasing through walls, getting stuck in walls when you're dropping. There's a lot of glitches, but most of them are of the what the fuck variety and not this game is broken variety. So to pretty much explain what was going on, we were in the grenades only mode. So everybody was throwing grenades at the same time, and we got hit so hard that my health went into the negatives. So that's why I have negative 444 health out of 100 health. My friend is also downed. He also has negative health. So we're both just kind of immortal. And at the end, the lava comes up to, kill the final people. That's like the final circle. So when the lava came up, it started bouncing us around because the game thought we were stuck in the ground. So it kept glitching us up. And we somehow won. So GG, well played. That was easy as fuck. We definitely weren't losing our shit. Yeah, okay. Well, that's pretty much all. Editor Victor out. All in all, this game is a solid 9.5 out of 10, and I would highly recommend that you go and play it as soon as you get the chance. Trust me, you won't regret it. Thank you for sticking around till the end. I know this is something that I don't really do often, and I would love to know if you guys like this video and if I should make more of these. Please let me know in the comments below. Anyways, stay safe, eat your veggies, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
That's what I'm about.
What I'm about.
Playing with balls, I'm playing some tennis. Smacking his ass, but I end up in Venice. His mouth open, call me a dentist. I'm the master, he just the apprentice. I'm at the crib, he dance on my meat. Not at the tip, something to eat. He missed a bit, got it all on the sheets. His girl walked in, now I gotta flee.